Now pay attention 007, this is a skill that is one of the most difficult ones I find for students to master, and that is turning vegetables. We get some funny shapes, we have a lot of laughs as people journey to getting a nice turned vegetable. Turned vegetable means you want one that looks like this carrot, where you have 6 sides, you have a barrel, nice flat ends, and every vegetable should be identical in size, and that is the challenge. I've had seen many unusual shapes over a period of time. If you have an egg, if you put an egg in your hand and you use your turning knife and practice turning your wrist along the edge of the egg, you learn the wrist action, and that is half the trouble.
You're talking about the egg shell, just using that to...
Just the egg shell, holding an egg, and you hold the vegetable...
You're not actually cutting it, you're just getting used to that movement.
You hold the vegetable between these fingers. You don't hold it like that because you could easily cut yourself here if your knife slipped. So safety is to hold it like this. So first of all, what we have to do is just...
So you've already peeled this potato?
I've already washed and peeled and re-washed this potato, and I'm just taking the tops and bottoms off. And then I need to, and I'll do it over the bowl to save double handling, holding the turning knife like this, I peel around, and the potato's the easiest one to do it on. It's a little bit softer than a carrot or a turnip, and you go around, turning the vegetable around as you go.
So the turning knife has a bit of a curve in it. It's just different to your paring knife.
I've just got a bit of a problem here.
Oh, hiding it. Oh no.
And there we are. No, just the bottom wasn't flat, which made it hard for my fingers. And there we are. We have a turned potato.
So there's a lot of wastage there, but you could use that for other things.
Look.
You could mash it up, you could fry it up, or
yes, well,
chips and things.
You put it if you're making potato and leek soup.
So this is all about on the plate, making something look attractive.
It's the vegetable that is served up is in itself a garnish.
Right.
On the plate.
It's making it stand out. So you're not just getting a potato, you are getting something that has had time put into it.
Yes. And now what happens is you won't find this at your everyday restaurant. You'll find this sort of a potato.
Didn't I think I'd seen it at Macca's?
And in fine dining. And
so
it
it's
doesn't
not the
often...
RSL, it is very much going to your fancy restaurant. This
your
is
fancy restaurant, the ones you'll pay a little bit more money for.
This is the date night restaurant where you want to say, hey, look at this.
Yes, it tends to be used more at that style of a restaurant. And so what I'm doing, this was one potato, slightly bigger potato.
So you might find this at the Cowrie or out at Bombini at Avoca or something like that. If you're like
Possibly.
not to put them up on a pedestal, they're just ones I could think of.
You know, locally, yes.
Yeah.
I went to a famous restaurant in Sydney a few years ago, and they served up turned vegetables.
You must be very excited.
At the time belonging to one of our famous French chefs here in Australia.
Your name doesn't start with an M, did it?
It might have.
Might have.
Out at Paddington.
Yeah, he likes to talk about perfection.
And there we are. Now that's a little bit smaller. It's probably more in size with that one.
And how would your markers go with that one? Would your markers be happy with that, or is that
possibly.
kind of?
I probably wouldn't get 100%, but I'd do
credit or a
okay.
distinction? It's.
I'd do okay, but the so that's using a bigger potato. That wasn't a really huge one. If you've got really big potatoes, you just cut them into the sections. You have got to allow enough for taking all the outside off. And what you do with with all of your trimmings, so that they don't go brown and are wasted, you put them all in the water, and don't leave them too long or you lose all your vitamins. And you also do the same with your turned potato until you cook it up. So you can boil these, you can actually parboil them, and then you can saute them. They look great on a plate.
So putting them in the water so they don't brown, that's effectively what we're doing.
Now that's what we're doing here. That's your turned potato.
I guess you could do similar with apple as well. I think other things that go brown, or is apple different?
That's in lemon water is for the apple. So if you like a navarin of lamb, which is a lamb stew, a French lamb stew, This is the way the potato should be made to go into a navrin of lamb. This is the shape that should
Sounds
go
like another
into that.
recipe on the cards here for us to demonstrate one day. Very good.